Before we begin with our first speaker, I was going to speak today, but I decided to read to you a letter that I recently wrote to President Obama rather than speaking.
Okay, I'm going to read over.
Dear President Obama, as a single mother of two beautiful children and a feminist, I am writing to you to respectfully express my discontent with your leadership and your anti-woman, anti-child policies here in America. As a military veteran, I am also disheartened by your anti-American views and your attempts to harm a nation that was founded on the principles of liberty, freedom, and justice for all. Under your leadership, the number of women living in poverty in the U.S. has soared. From 2008 to 2011, the number of women living in poverty in the U.S. increased from 14.4% to 16.3%. On January the 19th, 2009, the average price for a gallon of gasoline was $1.85, and today that number is $3.82. That's a 106% increase. Food and clothing costs have also increased significantly. A staggering number of well-educated women and recent college graduates in America are either standing in food lines to eat, underemployed by working in fast food restaurants, or stuck in the slavery of welfare with no way out. College tuition costs continue to soar annually, but yet federal Pell Grants and student loans have remained almost the same the last 4 years. For instance, between 2011 and 2012, Pell Grant spending decreased by over 6%, and tuition and room board costs increased from $17,092 to $18,497 from 2009 to 2011. Under the Affordable Health Care Act, Obamacare, you have deceivingly promised women in America better options for health care. I have reviewed your health care plan, and I see very few good benefits and options for women and children. In fact, it is my opinion that you would rather offer women abortions and free contraceptives rather than offering us what we really need, higher education. How are women supposed to compete equally with men in the workforce under your leadership, which does almost nothing to help women obtain higher education, but rather promotes promiscuity and abortions, which lead to the demise of women physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually? How are single mothers able to get ahead during this life with enormous gas prices, ever-increasing food costs, and very few career and educational opportunities during our state of economic crisis? Do you not realize that most people in America, with the exception of a few, are struggling to put food on the table for their families? And yet, you are offering free contraceptives and abortions rather than real solutions. I'm sorry, Mr. President, women deserve better. Your policies are a disgrace to the dignity of women in America. As a single mother of two beautiful children, I refuse to allow my children to be victims of your hidden agenda for children contained within your health care plan. Obamacare funds child sterilizations as early as age 15 without parental consent in some states, such as Oregon. Also under Obamacare, Planned Parenthood, the largest abortion provider in America, who destroys the lives of innocent children in the womb and who also exploits women, will educate our children in public schools under the PrEP program. Have you no shame, Mr. President? If you wanted to make a difference in the lives of women and children in America, then you could start by offering affordable options for child care at public universities. After that, you could work to build a strong economy in America, which would create better career options for women, rather than a state of welfare and fast food jobs. Then you could work to pass other laws which support the choice of life, rather than the exploitation of women. Finally, you could respect religious freedom in America, which is precisely what this great nation was founded on. As a military veteran, I took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and that's a promise I intend to keep. I want a president who loves America so much that he or she respects and embraces our constitutional liberties and freedoms. I want a president who loves America so much that he or she feels honored in placing their right hand over their heart and proudly reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm sorry, Mr. President, but your level of respect for this great nation and our flag falls very short of the expectations of the American people. You have failed women, children, and all Americans over the last 4 years, which is why I will not vote for you on November the 6th. In fact, I am working tirelessly to expose your agenda for women and children in America, and I hope and pray that I will be able to watch you pack your bags and leave the White House on January the 20th, 2013 for life and liberty. Kelly Manley, President, Huntsville Right to Life. Thank you.